I'm Kane from Active Outsourcing. That's www.activeoutsourcing.com.au, and I've been working in outsourcing full-time for over 15 years, including starting the outsourcing team at Moore Stephens and managing the national Deloitte outsourcing team here in Australia. So I've experienced a lot in the outsourcing space. Now I love talking outsourcing and accountancy, so I'm sharing my outsourcing knowledge on different topics in the outsourcing space. Now this topic is around enabling firms to focus on core competencies. Now, as I mentioned in a previous video, I worked in the superannuation division of a mid-tier accountancy firm in Melbourne, where the existing staff almost left immediately when I joined the superannuation division, and consequently asked the partners if we could consider outsourcing the work. Now, this was all the way back in 2009, but I'd been dabbling in outsourcing design work with a barefoot investor, Scott Pate, for a few years by then. Now, to my surprise, the partners agreed. I think it was mainly because the average write-off across the superannuation division was roughly $250,000 per year. The other reason they allowed this was that Self Managed Superannuation Fund work was just an inconvenience for the firm. It was a grudge, non-core service that they had to provide to family group clients who had thriving business entities and just had an SMSF in that group. Superannuation wasn't our strong suit. It wasn't a core competency, and it still isn't for the vast majority of accountancy firms. Now, we had no expertise in it, but if we didn't do the SMSF compliance and audit for the family group, which was actually allowed back then, if we didn't do that, then it was a business risk for our firm. Reason being, if the SMSF goes to a new accountant who wants to do that work, they will generally then pitch for all the family group work, and all of a sudden a $40,000 annual compliance fee disappears because we couldn't or didn't want to do a $2,500 SMSF compliance job. Now, after finding and training an SMSF outsourcing team in India, including numerous trips back and forth to India, I turned that $250,000 loss into a $250,000 profit within 12 months and every subsequent year. And we ended up making $250,000 on the exact same competency that didn't exist in our firm and was seen as an inconvenience to us. And that's the key point here. SMSF was not a core competency of that firm. It may not be for your firm either, and that's okay if it's not, but you're probably doing it inefficiently. Now, to this day, I would personally still pay dollar for dollar on a book of SMSF clients. And if there's anyone out there looking to sell their SMSF book, I'll buy it. I'll buy it today. As I really know that we can do SMSF work better than anyone. It's a core competency for us. So even if something like SMSF compliance is not a core service offering for you and your firm, it is probably tied to significant fee generating clients in your firm. So you can still offer the non-core service, as you can still provide it effectively and efficiently and make a profit from it by using a different approach. And that's really outsourcing. And I'm Kane from Active Outsourcing at www.activeoutsourcing.com.au, and do remember that I'm always happy to answer any questions on this topic or anything about outsourcing and what it can offer you and your firm.